Alright guys, so what we have today is another classic Reebok Pump It Up box. As you can see, the bring back sort of style of classic boxes that was from the late 80s, early 90s. And the model is, as you can see, the Blacktop Battleground 3. It's not said 3, but we all know the model is 3, and it's the white, black, bacon and canvas. Let me quickly open that box and talk about it. Reebok are nice again to send me some coupons in the box. Always appreciate that. Always love ordering from that because I can always use 20, easily 25, 30, even 40% off. And you know me, I like to save money because I cop a lot of kicks, and that always helps when you save a big percentage. So here they are. A little bit of history first. So the Blacktop line is probably one of the most iconic for Reebok, early 90s. They were the first one to recognize the need of a shoe for the outdoor hoopers. You know, the outdoor game was popular all the time, but you know, early 90s it became really popular, and there was the need of this sort of shoe to have this hard rubber outsole that's going to be tough on the concrete or asphalt or pavement or whatever the people were playing back in the day, and at the same time be very strong and rigid shoe. And they created the Blacktop line in the 90s, early 1990, and then the first model came out late 1990 and early 1991, being the Battleground 1, along with the Boulevard 1, which some of you know the Boulevard is the Battleground without the pump system, but with a hex light in the heel. So this one is the third edition of this Blacktop line. It was released around 94, and actually this model I really liked. The first one and the second were awesome, and I have friends that had them, but this one really stand out when it came out because of these color combination and the canvas used and all that. At that time, not a lot of sneakers had that many colors and color combinations like today. So the Blacktop line was definitely one of the pioneers in having a lot of colors, not only in their shoes but their apparel. If any of you remember the apparel commercials, and you know, had a lot of shirts and sweatshirts from the Blacktop line back in the day, and they were all, you know, loud and crazy, and you know, with the graffiti style artwork and all that, you know, street culture which was very nice from back in those days. I still remember and miss that apparel, and hopefully I'm hoping sometime in the future Reebok will be kind enough to bring some of that apparel back and again release it for us fans. Let me just quickly cover what are the changes from the original. This is the original colorway that just recently was released in May. The major changes I can see in this model, first is the stitching on the toe box. The original model had double stitching, so one was here and one below. So this was more, you know, it was harder to rip off when somebody steps on your shoes when you play outside, of course. The second is this black toe cover here, patch. On this new model is Reebok. Back in the old days, the original had rubber. So this was like a hard rubber here, which was very rigid. Other than that, the craftsmanship is pretty on point. Again, you know, genuine leather all around pretty much on the upper, except these canvas patches in the Reebok. This one around the collar is synthetic. Let me see which one else is synthetic. This little patch right here on the medial side is synthetic, and this one as well, but most of the upper and the overlays are genuine leather. This is the original look of the toning side with the Reebok. I remember the inner liner back in the day was a little bit different. Very similar to the look of this one, but the feel was a little bit different. It was that new sweat absorbing technology they had implemented. As you can see, this one comes with two different laces, blacks and whites, of course. The original pair came only with white, this particular colorway, but Reebok are kind enough to give us the option to use either black or white. Classic Reebok Blacktop insole, and these insoles are pretty thick in my opinion. Possibly Ortholite, not confirmed since I don't see the tag for Ortholite, but very, very comfortable nevertheless. Again, Reebok on the pull tab, classic hint. Of course, this was exactly like it was done back in the day. Same design on the midsole, same on the outsole, this durable rubber with the big Reebok logo and hex light on the heel. And of course the usage of the pump chamber, and I'm so glad they did it in the old style where Blacktop and Reebok are stitched in on the canvas and it's not a print, this is actual stitching. And the pump chamber actually pumps the midfoot section, so the midfoot section chamber extends further down almost to the midsole from both sides and covers this whole area of the midfoot section. Pumps are working on both pairs, which is great. This is how the original pair was. The pump was in the midfoot section. As we know, different sports and different models have different air chambers. Some of them have on the heel collar, some of them had on the midfoot, some of them had on the footbed, some of them were all around, sides, midfoot, footbed. Some of those top models, some of them had only on the heel right here, and so on and so on. But this is such a classic Blacktop model. I'm so glad Reebok brought those back. I've never been a fan of the black colorway they released as well due to the white pump. For some reason I'm disliking that white pump, and I think when you pump it, it's just going to become black from your fingers and from your jeans, you know, getting the collar crocked over it. And further down the line this summer, Reebok are planning to release the other original colorway, which is the white, red and black with some red overlays, which is also amazing. I'm also planning to buy it as well. And you know, definitely is a pair I was expecting since last year, since I first saw the early release pictures and the promos. Always been excited about that. Always loved the Blacktop line. I think they're amazing. Not only because of the, you know, back in the old days they had all Blacktop branding all around and very minimalistic Reebok, so it was kind of like a standalone brand. But of course it was not, as we know. But I mean, this color combination is just a great looking one for me. You know, this canvas print with the purple and the jade, and you know, with the white and black. I think it's great looking. They're super comfortable, very old school, just like you know, we liked them back in the day. You know, big and puffy and bulky, but you know, this is the charm of this model. This was the charm back in the 90s. Everybody liked that. You know, when tongues were pointing out and you kind of put your jeans behind it and all that, but you know, that went out of style after that. But you know, it's a great model for me. Always loved it. Great I was able to cop. You know, actually I used 30% off or something like that, so it was way under retail. I was able to buy it and you know, enjoy it. Great addition to my Reebok collection. So that's about it. Thank you for your support, guys. Thank you for everything, and until next time, stay tuned to collectivekicks.com for more sneaker reviews, more news and more history articles, and you have a wonderful day.